I'm Blue, and today I'll be tackling what art block is and how you can deal with it. Art block is a demon I wrestle with more times than I'd like to admit. Sometimes I come out victorious, and other times it's like a 6-month-long battle. But before I get started, this video is sponsored by Unveil. I'm so excited to share Unveil with you today. Unveil is a platform where you can post your art and writing of your original characters and share them with the community of other creatives on there. Isn't that just like the coolest thing? They have space for character traits, fanfiction, character pages, character arts, and writings, which is great to have all your characters easily accessible for yourself and for other people that would like to keep up with their stories and their art. It's very easy to navigate and use, and the design of the website is pleasing on the eye. It's also really simple to upload and edit your characters and their arts and writings on there. I had such a blast picking the art that I wanted to use for my smelly boy Hesper when I was uploading him and all his other friends on there. I'll definitely use it for anyone who wants to know more about my characters. Unveil is also anti-NFT and anti-AI, which is a breath of fresh air, oh my goodness, especially with how things are nowadays. So please go check them out and let's support other artists. The link will be in my description. My handle on there is Blue Biscuits, so come say hello and we can talk about OCs together. Thank you again to Unveil, and now onto the video. It's a very normal thing to run out of creative juice, and every artist and even writers go through it, so you're not alone. First, what is art block? It's the worst.
This is the worst!
Seriously though, art block, also referred to as the creative rut, is a period of time when an artist is unable to create, has no ideas, no motivation, just nothingness. It can take shape in the form of anxiety, hesitation, and even loathing of the creative process. These feelings can last hours, days, weeks, months, and even years. Here are some signs you might be in a creative rut. You lack motivation to do art. Your artistic progress feels stagnant or even regressive. You find yourself staring at a blank canvas with no idea what to draw. Your hands just won't cooperate and nothing you create matches your vision. Or you're exhausted, drained, and have zero motivation to pick up your creative tools. If you relate to any of these, you might be in a creative rut. But before I get into what we can do to solve it, it's important to understand why we get art block. Like the saying goes, any fool can know, the point is to understand. Self-doubt is a big cause of art block. Feeling like you or your work isn't good enough, constantly comparing your work to others, and not believing in yourself will get you down and in the art block slumps fast. Fear and intimidation. Fear of what people might think, how it will perform, and the intimidation of being bad at something. Overthinking and stress. Your personal life and mental health play a huge role in your creative juices. If you're not doing well with stress or something in your personal life, or you have depression or anxiety, it's going to affect how you're able to create. Or you're burnt out. Maybe you have a stressful job or going through something in your personal life, you're drawn too much for school or for yourself or a project. Creative burnout is a big factor in art block. You're on social media too much. Mindlessly scrolling on social media is draining to your creative side. There's no time to think and be creative, and it causes lots of exhaustion. And finally, you lack the skills, not being able to draw what you want or what you see in your mind. This is hugely demotivating. If you can see where art block is coming from, it's a lot easier to take care and prevent it in the future. Now let's get into the 6 tips you can do to get out of a creative rut. Let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism can make it tough to create things and can be really frustrating. It's important to know that nobody makes perfect stuff all the time. Actually, most of the time. I understand the want to create beautiful art like you see online for yourself, but you have to remember for every good piece of art you see online, that artist has made 100 bad ones that they don't show you. Comparison is the thief of joy. Everyone's art journey is different, so it's better to focus on getting better at your own pace instead of comparing yourself to others. That way you can enjoy making art more. Dedication over motivation. Sometimes we lose motivation or we don't have much to start with. If this is the case, figure out where your art motivation comes from again. Sometimes we forget why we started drawing in the first place. With all the worries of social media, improving, comparing, we forget the real inspiration we had when we started. Did you want to make a comic, draw your characters, draw for a fandom, get better at something, or is it making something that motivates you? Whatever it is, find the original spark again, or you can find a new one. Choose bite-sized tasks you can start with to build up your dedication if you can't seem to find the constant motivation to make art. It's dedication over motivation. Even if you think it's going to come out bad, it's about actually doing it regardless if you want to. Creativity thrives on momentum. A full-time artist can't rely on motivation and inspiration alone. It's about actual work and continuous improvement and repetition. It's about discipline and creating a healthy art environment for you to thrive in. Sometimes you just have to do it. And eventually, if you do it enough, it'll become more of a habit rather than something that you need motivation to do. Draw more frequently. If you're struggling with your hand not cooperating with you, this might help. You might not be warmed up enough when you start drawing. This leads to nothing coming out the way you want it to look, and this can lead to demotivation and frustration. Do more warm-ups and draw more sketches, studies, and doodles. Creativity is like a muscle. You have to exercise it regularly, and you have to warm it up before a big piece. That being said, allow yourself to do more ugly art and sketches. Schedule short times where you're going to focus on drawing, 10-20 minutes every day. The more you create, the better you'll become and the more motivation you'll have. Remember, for every good piece an artist has, there's 100 bad ones that they don't show you. Do regular studies. It's no surprise that getting better at art will help with creative rut, since creative rut can come from the lack of skills to make what you want, or the boredom and staleness of only being able to create one thing over and over again. You're going to want to keep growing as an artist and learn new things. I notice when I'm stuck, it's because I'm drawing the same thing over and over again with nothing new added to it, and it's intimidating to go out of my comfort zone. So I develop a dislike for the art process. But learning new art things help me get out of it, and it motivates me to keep trying, especially when I see the improvement in my work. So do art studies, like fundamental studies, anatomy studies, lighting studies, etc. Or maybe you can learn in new techniques and try different artists' art styles and processes. There's so much to learn in art, and you'll always have something new to try. Rekindle the passion. If you're running low on ideas and facing a blank canvas, find something you're passionate about and start from there. Passion allows ideas to flow. Give yourself something you're passionate about to draw. Take art commissions, do art trades, fan art, art series, draw with your friends, draw sea scenarios, the list goes on. Find something to express with your art and you'll never run out of ideas. If you're still struggling, try word prompts, and you can also try draw this in your art style, which is a fun challenge where you get to draw a picture in your own art style made by another artist. You can also find inspiration from other artists' work, who you like. You can scroll Pinterest, make a board, and find things that spark ideas. Music and good media can also spark great ideas and inspiration and passion. I have a whole folder of things that make me feel inspired. Like in there I have Avatar: The Last Airbender and classical music that reminds me of my OCs. I indulge in it every now and again when I feel my ideas are running low. Dealing with burnout. If you're exhausted, drained, and have zero motivation to pick up your creative tools because of something in your life is exhausting you, or maybe you've drawn too much or you've worked too much, allow yourself to take a break and recover. It's important to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Your overall health is so much more important than doing art. But it is also important to make sure that you're ready to get back into it. So once you feel like you've rested a bit, you can slowly start getting back into the basics again, like warm-ups and studies and sketches, and gradually get into it again. Take it slow and be kind to yourself. Beating art block is about doing it, just pushing through the hard and awkward phase and developing healthy ways to prevent it. It's also about taking care of yourself both mentally and physically. Remember, art block doesn't just come from nowhere.
So that's the end. I got sick halfway through making this video, so that's why I sound like this at the end. I thank you so much for watching this far and for all the support. And thank you to Unveil for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!